Hey, Shalom, Shalom, giving our praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha, Hudash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to all you Akim, you hopeful elect on the highway and hedges, making your body a living sacrifice according to Romans 12 and verse 1. Shalom to sincere believers as well, which consist of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, and as always, Abba Ball. This is your brother Zakar Aban coming back with another video. I want to tackle this word, which is called malignity. So I'm going to go straight to the point in the book of Romans 1 and verse 29. And it reads, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers. Okay, and real fast, real swift. This is the characteristics, what I just read here, of Esau Edom, right? Because the spirit that's in that man is what not upright. So let me grab this before I go into the meaning of some of these words as far as malignity, maliciousness. So this is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. Because like I was saying, that's the same characteristics of Esau Edom. Okay, his spirit is, as we're going to read, is what is not upright. Habakkuk 2 and 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right? And this world today is being ran by who? Esau Edom. Right? One of the, the prophecies to prove that, which is Isaiah 63. Okay, that comes to mind, where it goes into the prophecy of Yahweh Shai coming with dyed garments of Basra. All right, which is the capital of Edom, and today that would be America. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Right? Like I was saying, Romans 1 and 29, that pretty much sums up the characteristics and traits of Esau Edom that a lot of our people have, taken on. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. This wine goes into the doctrine, the philosophies. Neither keep it at home, who enlarged his desire as hell. And we see there's, for a quick example, all the American military bases, right, all around. Larger his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. Right? This is what a very greedy man. Okay, and that word for covetousness goes into that. So let's go back here, Romans 1 and verse 29. Okay, it says that cannot be satisfied. So let's go to that word for covetousness.
Strong's G 4124, pleonaxia.
Right, and it says greedy, desire to have more, covetousness, avarice. All right, so that's, once again, these are the characteristics of Esau Edom that our people have taken. All right, have taken on these customs. It says maliciousness. Let's grab that word for maliciousness.
Strong's G 2549, kakia.
Malignity, malice, ill will, desire to injury, wickedness, depravity, wickedness that is not ashamed to break laws, evil, trouble. Full of envy, which goes into what? Being jealous, murder. Who the first murdered? Cain. Cain killed Abel. Debate, deceit, which is a liar. Malignity. So here's the word I want to tackle.
Strong's G 2550, kakaethea.
Okay, that goes into what? Bad character, depravity of heart and life, malignant, subtlety, malicious, craftiness. All right, and we've got a word for maliciousness, it went to what? Wickedness. All right, so it says what? A little bit more.
Strong's G 2556, kakas.
It says of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be, of a mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base, wrong, wicked, troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. All right, and once again, these are the characteristics of Esau Edom. So let's go here to the book of John chapter 8 and verse 44 to prove that these are the characteristics that our people had taken upon themselves. So John 8 and verse 44, Straight to the point. This would be pretty much it. Start verse 43, put in context. Matter of fact, Salakia. Let's start at verse 40. It said, but now you seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I have heard of out of one Yahweh. This did not Abraham. This is red letter, so this is Yahweh Shai. You do the deeds of your father. You do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one father, even Yahweh. Yahweh Shai said unto them, if out of one Yahweh were your father, you will love me. For I proceeded forth and came from the Most High. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. All right, because ultimately, although these are Israelites, they was not in the the mindset of having integrity, like I just brought out in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4, where it says that there's no uprightness in him. A lot of our people have become what? Wicked. Okay, the scripture says they taught the wicked one thy ways. It says, why do you not understand my speech, even because you cannot hear my word? Right? And why is that? Because our people eyes are what? Are blinded. When you go to the book of Isaiah chapter 6, right? Real swift, just to make this quick point. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 6, because they can't see, they can't hear, because the Most High has shut their eyes. Okay? Only the believers had their eyes off to be able to see. Isaiah 6 and verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear you indeed, but understand not, and see you indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Convert means to do what? To return. Okay? So there's a heavy demon, right? Heavy spirits on a lot of our people that are in this way, and in this characteristics, as I just read in the book of Romans 1 and 29. So let's finish this up. Even because you cannot hear my word, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Real swift, let's grab this word for devil. Salakia.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos.
And what does it say? Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, right? Which is a false accuser, slanderer. Applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. All right, so like I was saying real swift back in the book of Romans 1 and 29, these are the characteristics of Esau, Edom, that our people have taken on. It says, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit. Okay? They have taken on these ways. Full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity. All right, so they act in the part of what? They act in the part of the devil. Prone to slander. So John verse 8 and verse 44, it says, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. The first murderer is Cain. All right, that's that same bloodline of the so-called Caucasians today. Cain, who is Esau. All right, like I was saying, Cain, who is Esau, which are the Caucasians today, the so-called Caucasian, so-called white man. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abide not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Why? Because he's the beginning of it. All right, he is, he is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Right? Satan just goes into what a verse. Okay, so the way of that man is what? A verse. He's opposite of righteousness. Right? So, but it said, you are of your father the devil, the lust of your father you will do. So that characteristics, as I just read in the book of Romans 1:29, pretty much sums up, the same, mindset that our people are in as following, Edom. So that's pretty much the point there. Like I was saying, I won't miss too long. Just want to hear a few points. I'm gonna give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha, Hudash. Honors be to the elect elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to all you Akim, you hope for elect on highway and hedges, making your body a living sacrifice. According to Romans 12 and verse 1. Shalom to you sincere believers as well, which consists of men and women. Shalom, Brakatham, and Abba Ball. I'm right to Zabi back. On to the next.